Okay, again, we're working on slack pull today, bro. So this might not move as fast as it usually does, but we'll find out soon enough. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the slack pull and being able to properly wedge into your deadlift, right? Before we get into the video, if you want to learn how I deadlifted heavy without the use of a proper slack pull, this is why, right? It's a program I created and designed for myself, amazing for strength training and hypertrophy, right? I can pull 615 pounds, bench 405 on a good day. And yeah, it's only $5, less than a Big Mac, but more fulfilling. All right, let's get straight into the video. If you're like most people, AKA me, I pretty much rip and grip the deadlift, or that's how I would usually do it, right? Here's a video of me just doing 615.
Yep. Come on.
Come on.
Put that shit up.
Again, you could see like a lot of thoracic rounding, me not really taking my time, and just, yeah, kind of improper form lifting. Again, it was a PR, but that's pretty much the definition of ego PR chasing, right? So right now, what I'm trying to do is really take my time on the deadlift. I really want to learn how to slack pull, and I'm going to show you what I've been doing and what you should probably be implementing too, right? Again, I was used to the rip and grip method, right? My whole mentality was like, okay, I'm down there. I don't want to take my time. This is heavy ass weight. I want to pick this up as soon as possible, right? It's good for in the moments, like trying to chase that PR, right? Trying to show off for the gram and stuff like that. But longevity wise, it's really not the go-to, right? If you want to like hold your grandkids when you're older, this is probably not the best thing to do, right? Jesus. But yeah, no, slack pulling is a lot better, right? And the cool thing is, or what I've been told multiple times, like, damn, dude, if you could rip and grip like 600 or over 500 pounds, I wonder how much you could do with a proper slack pull, a proper wedge, and you taking your time. And that's what I've been told for like the past year, right? Because I've been deadlifting since September 2024. And I'm like, thought about it. And I was like, I don't know. I don't really want to just mess up my whole setup right now that I have going on, because then it'll be like, you know, and there's a lot of ego too. But they're right? Like if I want to learn how to actually pull more and do this for a long time instead of a good time, I really need to take my time when it comes to deadlifting, right? Because again, it's an art form, right? And it's a make or break, right? The risk reward ratio is pretty good when it comes to reward, but that risk is still there. And that comes to improper lifting and just rushing your setup, right? So in this video, right, you see me doing 495, and this is with my new method, right? Watch how I took my time with it, right? I slack pulled, or really tried hard to, right? By pulling on the bar and having my arms long, right? You want your arms long and you want your feet just with a soft bend in the knees, right? You don't want to squat your deadlifts, because I noticed when I squatted my deadlift, my hips would shoot up, right? Here's a video of that. Don't squat your deadlifts, right? Your hips will shoot up, and this is what happens when your hips shoot up. Your posterior chain or your glutes and hamstrings are just out of the mix, right? Now a lot of that load is on your back and your lower back, and that's not good, right? Again, I've said it before, and I'll say it again still, thoracic rounding of the upper back is fine. When it comes to like lifts that are either max load or near your PR or your PR, right? That's just going to happen. It's normal. It's just the rounding of like the lumbar back, which is your lower back. That's not good, right? That's the sign of caution. And in the video, you could see maybe a little slight rounding of my back, but for the most part, it was pretty neutral. And the 495 where I slack pulled, I took my time, I wedged in, and I was like, okay, we're really going to try this. So arms long, and when you are pulling on the bar, you want to, the cue is called pits to pockets, right? So you're pushing your arms back to your armpits, and you are pretty much necessarily just engaging your lats, right? And another cue is chest up. That's your last cue, right? So you want your arms long, right? You don't want to squat into the deadlift, right? So you're just gonna have like a soft bend in the knees, arms long, get on the bar. You're gonna tug on the bar, slacking, like pulling the slack out, and then you're gonna wedge into it, like not drop you drop down, like drop it like it's hot or anything like that. You're just gonna wedge in just a little bit, and then you're gonna pitch the pockets, chest up, then lift, right? Again, if those hips shoot up, you're pretty much just not targeting the full posterior chain, and you're not really getting the most out of that deadlift, right? And you don't want that. And longevity wise, it's not really good for you. But yeah, so that's currently the goal I'm on, because again, I've been told multiple times, like, oh dude, if you could deadlift 615 with like 95% of your back, you could probably pull a lot more if you start incorporating slack pull and really engaging your posterior chain, right? Because I still use my posterior chain. I hip hinge, but there's a lot of gains and a lot of pounds left on the table because of improper slack pull and like just me rushing my setup. Because again, a lot of it is mentality, right? The only reason why I felt comfortable to do 585 today was pretty much just because I've done this before and my max is 615, right? I would really recommend you just dropping the weight to a weight you're comfortable with and just really getting comfortable with those cues. Again, extend arms are long as heck, right? Soft bend in the knees, right? Pull the bar, pits, arms to pits or pits to pockets, stuff, something like that. And then chest up and then explode up, right? Again, try to master those cues with lower weight. And yeah, you'll probably be pulling more than me in no time, honestly. But yeah, that's pretty much what today's video about is just a PSA. Like, try to slack pull, try to really master the lift, so you can actually be deadlifting for a really long time. Again, thoracic rounding is not something to be afraid of. It is inevitable, but when it comes to lower back rounding, that's not good, right? Especially if it's excessive. But yeah, that's today's video. I hope you guys enjoy. Just make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and really appreciate you guys.